Good evening. Welcome. Go ahead and make your way to your mat, finding a comfortable seated position. I'll lower the music for a little bit. Welcome, welcome. From wherever you're joining, whenever you're joining, let's go ahead and take a few moments to center in. If you're following me for the December challenge, I'm just going to go ahead and do the theme, the word right off the bat. That is for today, alignment. So recently, this idea of alignment has taken on a very different meaning to me. I always thought about alignment in our poses and, how is our body aligned? But recently I've been diving deep into becoming in alignment with my soul and in alignment with my soul's purpose. So it can definitely have those multiple meanings, but the word for today is alignment. And we'll be focusing on some body alignment throughout the class. So go ahead and bring your hands to your knees, allowing your eyes to close. Beginning to connect with the breath. And if it's available to you this evening, go ahead and breathe in and out through the nose. We'll take a few moments to kind of focus on a 3-part breath. So first, filling into your belly, then into your rib cage, and then all the way up into your chest or sternum. And once you've completely filled all 3 of those spots, pausing at the top and slowly, smoothly exhaling. Sternum, rib cage, belly. Filling, belly, rib cage, sternum, pause, sternum, rib cage, emptying the belly. A few more breaths like this. Gently allowing your eyes to open. Go ahead and bring your legs out long in front of you. Maybe just kind of scooping a little flesh out from under the sit bones, really getting a nice grounded seat on your mat. Flexing your feet, drawing those toes back towards your nose. Go ahead and draw your belly button up and in. Drawing the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms up by the ears. Exhale, forward fold. As you fold though, go ahead and continue to lengthen that crown out in alignment with your neck and the rest of your spine. Kind of grabbing along your thighs, shins, maybe you grab your feet. Continuing to take those nice deep breaths into this opening. On your next inhale, beginning to walk back up to seated. Go ahead and take that left leg, crossing it over the right. Maybe you take that right leg back alongside your body. Only do this part if your left hip can seat back onto the mat. If you have to like tilt up in order to get here, then go ahead and straighten that leg back out. Go ahead and inhale that right arm up. And on an exhale, you're gonna hook that right arm around that left knee or hug it, pressing, kickstanding with your left hand, pressing into the ground, lengthening the spine. As we breathe into this twist here, this is really beautiful for our digestion. I like to think of it kind of as wringing out the internal organs. Also especially good for the kidneys. And exhale, releasing back to center. Go ahead and switch the cross of the legs. You can bring that left foot back or not, again, depending on whether you can ground that right hip back onto the mat. And then choosing a hug or a hook, go ahead and press into that right hand behind your back for lengthening. And then on your exhale, twisting a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Just a couple more breaths here. Deepening into the twist as you go. On your next inhale, gently release. And releasing the feet. Go ahead and make your way onto your hands and knees. On an inhale, drawing the crown and tailbone up into cow. Exhale, pressing through the hands and knees back into cat. Inhale forward. Exhale back, beginning to bring range of motion into your spine. One more time. On your next inhale, go ahead and come to neutral spine. Just double checking that your wrists are stacked under your shoulders, knees under hips. Taking that left foot back, right arm forward. And on an inhale, bringing that left foot up parallel to the mat. Once you find your balance here, reaching out strong through that back heel, front fingertips. Inhaling and exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Beautiful work. Just a couple more times. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhaling and exhaling. Go ahead and release that hand and knee back to the mat. Setting up for the other side. And with that left arm lengthening out, go ahead and lift that right foot up parallel to the mat. Taking a breath or two to really reach out through fingertips, out through heel. Inhale and exhale, elbow to knee. Crunching through the abdomen. Inhaling out. Exhale, crunch. And go ahead and take your time here. Slow it down and just do a couple if you want. Really focusing on balance and strength, connecting the movements with your breath. If you're still with me, one more time, inhaling out, exhale, crunch, and go ahead and release your hand and knee to the mat, bringing your big toes together, knees nice and wide, pressing the hips back, belly drops down beneath the hips, or beneath the thighs, sorry, child's pose. And if you want to add on to child's pose here, I've been really enjoying this shoulder stretch, bringing your elbows to the mat, clasping your hands, dropping that forehead towards the mat, and you can bring your fists towards your shoulder blades. If you took the clasped hands, go ahead and release the palms back to the mat. Coming back forward onto the hands and knees. I'm going to go ahead and build a little bit of heat here and do just a half vinyasa. But we're probably going to run through it about 6 times. We're going to take it nice and slow, and with each repetition, with each new vinyasa, I'd like you to bring to your mind something else you're grateful for. So we'll make it gratitude vinyasas. Inhaling hips up and back, down dog. Taking a few deep breaths here, pressing through the palms, pressing the heels towards the mat, hips rising up towards the ceiling. With your next inhale, you're going to begin to roll onto the balls of your feet, rolling the shoulders over the wrists into high plank, pressing out through those heels. Taking one deep inhale and exhale here. With the next inhale in, we're going to begin to lower down chaturanga. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the mat. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. And exhale back, down dog. And if you want at any point, just take what feels good for you. And always feel free to take the chaturanga on your knees, or opt out of anything that is not feeling good to you. Inhale, rolling forward, pressing strongly through those hands. See if you could push your spine out through your shoulder blades. Coming into high plank. Inhale. Exhale, nice and slow. We'll just do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Baby cobra or all the way into up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Beautiful work. I'm sure everything is warming up at this point. Connecting with that breath. Two gratitudes down, inhaling forward. I am grateful for, and exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale up and exhale back. Halfway there. Resetting your breath here in down dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Next, inhale back forward. I am grateful for. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, back, down dog. Just 2 more to go. Feeling nice and strong. Connecting with that breath and inhaling forward. I am grateful for. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Up, exhale, down dog. Just one more time. If it's too much on your shoulders, always feel free to come down into child's pose. If you can stick with me, one more inhale forward. I am grateful for. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, baby cobra, up dog. And exhale back, just into child's now, Balasana. Maybe you let those elbows drop down to the mat, allowing the shoulders to spill open, releasing any tension there. I know we really just worked out our arms and shoulders. Just releasing, relaxing. On your next inhale, go ahead and come forward all the way onto your belly. If you have been practicing yoga or happen to have a block, maybe you grab a block. Otherwise, you can totally do this without a block as well. I'm going to show with a block. But if you don't, you'll just be bringing your hands behind your back, straightening, working towards straightening through the elbows and squeezing those palms towards one another. The block just kind of gives us a boundary for that. So on an inhale, pressing your palms towards one another, the block if you have one. Inhale, reaching up and reaching those fingertips towards the back of the room. Squeezing those palms together. And exhale, release. Go ahead and remove the block. This one, we're going to clasp our hands behind our back. And we're going to add on the feet portion. So you're going to press the tops of your thighs and your hip flexors belly strongly into the mat. So go ahead and start by just pressing down through the thighs. Your feet might come up off the mat. And on an inhale, lifting the chin and chest, drawing those palms back behind you, those knuckles towards the back of the room, lifting the heels up towards the ceiling. Shalabhasana. Taking a few breaths here. And exhale, release, releasing the hands. Maybe you make a pillow. Just a little bit more core work. Go ahead and place your hands under your shoulders, pressing up onto your hands and knees. We're going to come onto our sides for my favorite, not favorite, pose. I'm going to come into a side plank. So I'm going to give a couple options for add-ons to this one. If you do have a yoga practice and want to take your favorite version, feel free. I'm going to go ahead and be on my elbow with my palm out in front of me, spreading my fingers, pressing my palm into the mat. Option here, when you come up on the side of your foot, to kickstand. So I've got my right leg on the mat, kickstanding with my left foot. When you raise the hips, or stacking feet. So on an inhale, coming up, pressing the hips up, 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 feeling a nice crunch in the side body here. Maybe you draw that top arm up. Maybe you keep it on your hip. Breathing here.
One more breath if you got it in you. Exhale, release. Gorgeous work. Wherever you're at, just pushing your edge, pushing your boundaries just a little bit is really where we find growth. No need to hurt or injure. These are all just options. Take it as far as what feels good for you. So switching to the other side, setting up elbow under shoulder, palms spread, fingertips spread. Again, maybe you take feet stacked. Maybe you do a kickstand. We're going to go for 5 breaths. Inhale up. Continually pressing those hips up. Just a couple more breaths here. Feeling nice crunch in the side body. One more deep breath. And exhale, release. All right, coming on into a seated position. One last core, and then we're going to move all the way down onto our backs. So beautiful work today. It was actually more core than I normally would add, but I figured we're right after the holidays. It's a good time to start. So we're going to go ahead and take a modified boat or modified Navasana. I'm going to go ahead and keep my hands behind my back for some support. Go ahead and press up through the chest, drawing that crown in alignment with the neck, with the spine, nice straight spine, all the way from the tailbone out through the crown of the head. And then bringing those feet up. Maybe you're right here. Maybe this is really good for you today. This is where you want to build from. If you want to take it a little bit further for a few breaths, go ahead and lift the balls of your feet towards the ceiling. Continue to draw that chest up. And exhale, bending at the knees, release. Go ahead and hug in front of the shins, pressing that spine back, tucking your chin in. And go ahead and let's begin to roll all the way onto the mat, one vertebra at a time. I'm going to set up for bridge pose. Go ahead and walk those heels in as close as you can to your body. Once you come up into this pose, I want you to keep your gaze straight ahead, straight forward at the ceiling. Placing your hands behind your hip or beside your hips. Go ahead and press into the feet, beginning to roll up your hips up one vertebra at a time. And exhale, lower. Inhale up. And for this one at the top, really squeeze those glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale. Releasing down. I'm going to do this a couple more times and then hold bridge for a moment. Inhale, rolling up. Really squeezing out the top. Exhale, release. Inhale up. Squeezing out the top. Exhale, release. One more time, and this time we're going to hold it for a few breaths. Inhale, rolling up. And once you get it a little ways up, go ahead and roll your shoulder blades further under your back, clasping your hands behind your back, pressing the outside edges of your hands into the mat. Continue pressing through your heels, drawing your thighs in towards one another, squeezing your glutes, opening your chest, gently pressing the back of your head into the mat. And then beginning to roll your shoulders out, unclasping the hands, rolling down. One vertebra at a time. Nice and slow. Hips come last. Go ahead and cross that left foot over the right knee. Inhale, drawing that right foot up off the mat, grabbing behind the thigh or in front of the shin, figure four. Beginning to slow our breath down. Beginning our preparation for final resting position, Shavasana. For me, yoga has always been a preparation for Shavasana. In fact, some of the most profound revelations of my life have happened in Shavasana, including the one that told me I would be going to Bali. And a few months later, indeed, I was on that plane on my way to Bali for a month. So just preparing to become silent in the body, to listen to what our soul, what our intuition may have to say to us. Go ahead and release that right leg to the mat. Switching right leg up, crossing over the left. Go ahead, reach up, grasping wherever feels good for you. Getting that nice stretch in the back of the hip. Just so long as your shoulder blades can come back to the mat. If you grab the shin and your shoulder blades are up off the mat, go ahead and back out, back to the thigh. This is a way of honoring our body and really being able to work with it where it's at. And as you practice more and more, you'll begin to see, as I did, that some days we might be a little further than another day. And the beauty of the practice of yoga for me is being able to meet myself wherever I'm at in that moment on that day. So just allowing yourself to be met as we release that left leg. Go ahead and bring your feet to the outside edges of your mat. We're just going to drop both knees over to the left and then both knees over to the right. Just a couple more times. Up and over to the left. Up and over to the right. Go ahead, come back to center, drawing your feet out long, a little wider than hips distance apart. Arms come out comfortably to the sides, a little bit away from the body. Maybe you make that adjustment, pressing into your shoulders and kind of cupping your shoulder blades in together on your back, opening the chest, opening the heart, finding that nice, comfortable position for your head. Feeling the spine nice and straight. As we settle into Shavasana, just allowing the work that we've done to integrate itself into our bodies. And I'm going to give you the next few minutes to just listen. Listen to
that inner voice. There's no need to attach to anything it might say, but just observe. Just observe the thoughts that cross your mind's eye. Beginning to awaken back into the body. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth, maybe sticking the tongue out. And as you're ready, go ahead and bring the soles of your feet to the mat. With your knees bent, beginning to roll onto your left side into fetal position. As you take your final breath or two here, go ahead and begin to press yourself up into seated position, allowing the head and neck to come last. So as we meet back in seated, some final seeds for thought. Reflecting on alignment, let's go ahead and feel through our tailbone as if it's being drawn, grounded, corded down into the earth. And then as if from there, our spine grows straight up and through our crown. This cord connects all the way into the sky. So from this nice straight spine alignment, reflecting on life, one of the best ways to know if we're in alignment, at least physically, and I think this applies spiritually as well, but is by looking in a mirror. Looking in a mirror is one of the best ways to be able to see if we're in alignment. And the other way, I'm sure there's many, but another way, and this one more on the soul level, of being able to know if we are in alignment with ourselves, with our soul, with our purpose, is through this silence. In silence, we find alignment. maybe reflect as you go about your day or off to bed this evening or throughout the day tomorrow. Maybe reflect on what kind of checks or what kind of ways that you check in with yourself to see if you are in alignment. There's no right or wrong answer, just what works for you. Namaste.